Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm finally going to show you my setup for 2022 in my new bullet journal. And I'm also going to set up my January plan with me because both setups are pretty short, so I just decided to include them in one video. And I'm going to use this Shop Amanda Richley bullet journal, and I'm really excited for it because I think it looks really cute. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first I'm just gonna write out my name. It's, I don't know, pretty simple. Just wrote out my name in this pretty cursive. And then I decided to glue the first two pages together because they don't open all the way, and I just find that so annoying. So I just decided to glue them together so that wouldn't annoy me anymore. And then the first spread is just gonna be the title of 2022. I can't believe it's almost 2022. It just sounds like that will be much further away, but it's not. It's crazy. So I just drew out all the numbers. I kind of wish I sketched it out first because it's a little wonky, but I still think it looks cute. I don't know, I just kind of like it when it's a little bit more messy. It kind of takes away the pressure to make everything look perfect. Like, even though it's not perfect, it still looks good in my opinion. I've still enjoyed doing this, and yeah, it's fun to do things a little imperfect sometimes. Here I thought it was looking a little bit empty, so I just decided to color in all the numbers. I'm using 4 different colors, as you can see throughout this whole setup. I'm using a darker green, a lighter green, a very nice shade of yellow, and a brown, and they're all tombow dual brush pens. I really love using these pens, but they're unfortunately kind of expensive here where I live, so I don't have that many. Anyway, here's the next spread, which is going to be my future log. I usually only use my future log for like birthdays and like really important dates, so I didn't really need that much space, which is why it all fits on these 2 pages. It took a while to write out all the numbers of all the days of the whole year, but I'll just skip ahead for you guys. Then on to the next page, which is going to be my period tracker. I just like to keep track of, you know, when my period is, if anything is off. So it's a very simple setup, just yeah, this vertical layout, and I'll just like mark a little X in each day that I have my period, and yeah, that's it. And then on the right side of the page, I decided to make a year in drawings spread, which I also did in my previous journal, and I really loved it. So basically how it works is you just make a little drawing each month, which kind of shows how that month made me feel, or just the general vibe of that month or something. And at the end of the year, it looks really cute. And then on to the next page, which is gonna be a page where I track the books that I'm reading or that I want to read and what I thought of those books. Since last year I started reading again for my own fun, which I hadn't done in so long. Since in high school I had to read certain books that I didn't really enjoy reading, so it kind of took away the fun of reading for me. But I'm really glad that I got into reading again, and I can finally read the books that I actually want to read. So, you know, reading is fun again. But I wanted to make this little spread where I can keep track of the books. And I do wish I made this little drawing of these books a bit more to the right. It's a little bit in the way of the title that I'm now gonna write. And then next is gonna be a spread for any tasks or things that I want to do this year that I just don't know exactly when I'll want to do them. So I just call this my master to-do list, and for some reason I wrote master's to-do list. I don't think it's how you say that right, it's master to-do list. Anyway, it's just a very simple spread. And then next is gonna be the final spread of this 2022 setup. It's my yearly expense tracker, and it's been really helpful to see what I spent my money on and what I shouldn't be spending so much money on. So I'll just make a bunch of columns and rows for each month of the year, and then on the left side I will write down description of whatever I'm spending money on. So I have one row for groceries, one for clothing, one for stationery, and then the final row is for total. And then at the bottom I decided to give this empty space a bit more attention by making it a notes section. So in case I want to remind myself not to buy so many clothing, I'll just write that down in the notes section. And this is the final flip through of the 2022 bullet journal setup. After this I'm going to be showing you the January setup. And I really love how all of this looks. I just love the colors that I chose. They look so nice together. They make me really, really happy. It's definitely more of an earthy toned setup, but I really like those colors. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. And thank you in advance for watching. The video's not over yet. Don't click away, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my January setup. Well, welcome back. Hopefully you didn't click away. This is my January setup. I just decided to keep filming because I had all the equipment out and the lighting was nice, so I just decided to keep going. My January setup is going to be pretty simple. I decided to make like a baking sort of theme. So I just wrote down January on this piece, oh, it's not really a piece, but a drawn out piece of paper, as if January is like the recipe. So I wrote down a 4th cup of snow, 4 cups of love, 2 tablespoons of learning, and half a cup of friends. And then put it all together, throw it in the oven. And yeah, I know it's really cheesy, but I thought it was pretty funny. So I wanted to make it look like this piece of paper was lying on like a tablecloth. So I first added some shadows. And then I made this like gingham pattern in this light brown, and I think it looks super, super cute. And then on the left side of the page, I just made my calendar. I just made it really small again because I just don't need that much space. And my monthly calendar, so it's a very simple setup. And then around this calendar there was a lot of empty space, so I just added all of these little doodles of like baking things. So I made this oven mitt and a few other things, and I think it looks really nice together. And then on to the next page, which is going to be my mood tracker. So I took out my typewriter stamps, and I always forget that I have these, but they're so cute, so I just decided to use them for my mood tracker. And then on the right I used one of these tags to write the title of expenses on. And for my mood tracker I just drew out all of these little doodles again, and I will color them in according to my mood like I always do. And then on to the next page, which is going to be my first weekly spread. So I did a little bit of a different setup than I normally do for one-page weekly spreads. So I made just these 2 columns. Normally I do like 3 columns, which I'll also do, but I'll do it on the other side of the page. And I used my stamps again, and I think it looks really, really nice together. I decided to add some doodles, so I drew this pot with something boiling in it, and on the left I made these, what are these called? Rolling things. You can make pizza dough with them. And on to the final 2 spreads, which is going to be my last 2 weekly spreads. I just again did the same kind of layout, just my regular 9 by 13 8 boxes, and then on the right I just did the same 2 column layout. This is my final flip through. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm so happy with how it all turned out. I really love the colors. It looks so cute. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!